Vegas Scoreboard Express, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 6 on AM 1400 KSHP North Las Vegas. Online at KSHP.com.
Keep it locked with your boy on the ones and twos. Going in on the wheels of steel.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball.
The cocaine and the crack. They all sound the same to me. There's a war going on outside. No man is safe from. Scoreboard. That's how I'm living.
That's how we do it. That's just the way it is. That's the reason why I came to you.
Drink and women and money.
Good morning, Las Vegas, and all my sports bettors around the world. You're rocking with the boss of the big board, JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express live on KSHP, AM 1400 here in Las Vegas. VSX Digital Sports Network. Got a lot of grease for you today. The NBA playoffs are underway, and we are already 4-0, putting cash in your pocket yesterday with all of the grease. Breaking it down for you, getting you where you want to be. And again, you guys can follow me on Instagram at JB the Ticket. Follow the show on Twitter at We Beat the Line. Yesterday, again, ran the table in the NBA. Came on early in the morning. It's when you got to wake up every Saturday and Sunday, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Me and my main man, Ron, Third Down Best Bets, gave you guys all of the winners yesterday. And we're going to talk about it and get into the NBA playoff action today. Also got my main man, Scotty, beam him up. Webb from the East Coast Sports Investors going to stop by and give you guys the breakdown on the Major League Baseball picks for this Sunday, April 16th. I hope you guys are having a great Sunday morning. Wake up early with JB the Ticket every Saturday and Sunday again at 6 and 7 a.m. here on KSHP, AM 1400, KSHP.com, VSX Digital Sports Network.com, and also, of course, my main website, VegasScoreboardExpress.com. So, again, you guys stay tuned. Keep it locked. Support our sponsors, Fubo TV. Got you guys hooked up with 7 days free, 15% off. Take advantage of that. Also, we got our sponsors over at the online casino. If it's legal in your jurisdiction, BetUS.com, hooking you up with 125% bonus on your deposit. Be sure to use offer code VSX125. So again, back after this short commercial break, JB the Ticket and Vegas Scoreboard Express, Ron Third Down Best Bets, more NBA picks to recap. It's time to get the money.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball. JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that grease.
Basketball season is heating up, so stay in the game with Fubo TV. Get the NBA, NCAA, FIBA, and more. Get 7 days free at VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Don't get cabled. Get Fubo TV.
Welcome to Hash House A Go-Go, where we've been serving farm food and crafted cocktails for over 2 decades. Visit us for the full Hash House experience at any of our 5 Las Vegas locations. Hash House A Go-Go is where old school meets new and gets twisted. We bring people together over good food and fun. Come in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and come hungry because our portions are huge. Visit us online to see our entire menu at hashhouseagogo.com. Hash House A Go-Go. It's a Midwest thing, and there's nothing else like it.
You're tuned into the VSX Digital Sports Network.
If you need help, hang up and then dial the operator.
You're listening to the boss of the big bar.
For your money, you can buy anything.
JB the Ticket.
Fire, more heat.
Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that grease.
Las Vegas, good morning. All my sports bettors around the world, good afternoon. Rocking with the boss of the big board, JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. Live here again on KSHP AM 1400. Las Vegas, home of the world famous shopping show. hooking you up with all those great online radio deals. Want to give a shout out to my main man, Mark Hayes, our station producer and station director, for putting all this stuff together for VSX Digital Sports Network. Again, follow me on Twitter at We Beat the Line. Follow the show on Instagram at JB the Ticket. So got my main man, Ron, third down best bets, back on the line with me this morning. Talking this NBA. Ron, how you doing this morning?
Well, I'm great, brother. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing good, man. So glad to have you back. You guys can follow Ron on Instagram at RaiderHawk1. You can also check him out on my website at VegasScoreboardExpress.com. So yesterday, we were able to put the grease in everyone's pocket. We ran the table. First Saturday of the NBA playoffs, and we gave you all 4 picks and winners. I'm telling you right now, stay tuned and locked here at KSHP. Put it in your car radio presets. Number 1 for the early morning sports talk, the only sports talk here in Vegas that gives you winners and sports information you can count on. So again, Ron, thank you so much for being here with us. Let's go ahead and jump into the first game that we were talking about yesterday. This one, right out of the gate, I didn't think that Philadelphia would be able to cover that large spread, but they were able to pull it off, put cash in your pocket. Talking about rotation number 501, the Brooklyn Nets went down the 95 to Philadelphia, rotation number 502, and Philadelphia was able to cover that 8.5 spread, beating the Brooklyn Nets 121 to 101. So again, yesterday we were talking about the opportunity for Joel Embiid to take over, and that was exactly what we saw him do. And when you take a look at it from the perspective of betting, these large lines, the rebounding, everything was clicking for the Philadelphia 76ers at home. So again, with what we saw yesterday, Joel Embiid, 26 points, 2 blocks, had quite a few rebounds. When you talk about these 76ers, Ron, Eastern Conference still seems to be a little bit wide open again. We did see a lot of the favorites just sweep the line yesterday. But talking about this Philadelphia team, with the pieces they have now, Joel Embiid being the focus, he's got a great backup guy, 2-man, and James Harden. He dropped 23 points yesterday. Again, James Harden doing what he's doing. Looks like a pretty solid team. So talk to me about what you saw yesterday, Ron. Go ahead.
Yeah, they looked really good. They clicked really well. Harden almost looked like he was almost back to himself again. He hasn't really been himself, most of the year. He's been kind of off, and he kind of looked good yesterday. Sixers are clicking right now. They're going to be tough. That was a really impressive game for them yesterday.
It definitely was, and again, they were able to cover that 8.5 spread moving down the line yesterday. We gave you another pick, rotation number 503, the Atlanta Hawks. Thought that was a dog that could have been barking. Wasn't doing anything down in Boston. Okay, these guys also went up to 95 to Boston. Boston blowing them out 112 to 99. Boston, rotation number 504 yesterday. Another team that we thought, again, large spread, minus 9.5, minus 10, depending on where you got it. Boston was able to cover that spread. So do you think, again, Boston's going to sweep this series? I know yesterday you said go with the Shamrock. They were able to cover and get you that 4-team scheme. Talk to me about what you think the Boston Celtics are going to be doing in this particular series. Go ahead.
Well, I could see Atlanta getting a game. Boston's going to win this series. I think it's going to be a pretty easy series. Atlanta will get their one game in Atlanta, and that'll be it. But, yeah, Atlanta's not going to be around long. The Celtics are clicking.
Yeah, they definitely are. Moving down the line again yesterday. This was my main pick. JB the Ticket gave you that grease. Rotation number 505, the New York Knicks on the road, covering their +5 spread and getting that money line. Rotation number 505, again, the New York Knicks beating the Cleveland Cavaliers. Rotation number 506, 101 to 97. So talking about these New York Knicks, looking really good yesterday on the road. Seems like they led from wire to wire. Had Julius Randle come back, give you 19 points. He had that injury issue, so we like to see that. Jalen Brunson dropping 27. We know that you said you missed seeing him down in Dallas, but so good he's not in Dallas because yesterday the dog was barking, and he was a member of the Knicks and was able to get a playoff win. So when you talk about this Knicks team going up against Cleveland, this is the best price series so far. If you take a look at that Tuesday game, you got an early line here at BetUS. Go to BetUS.com, sign up for your first deposit. Use offer code VSX125, and I'll be hooking you up with an additional 125% on that first deposit. So, again, the New York Knicks coming up this Tuesday. Right now, plus 4.5, plus 163 on the money line. Rotation number 533, giving you an early piece of grease on this. And the Cavaliers, rotation number 534, minus 190, of course, minus 1.5. Over-under is 213. So, again, we've seen some low-scoring games from the New York Knicks. Saw a great defensive effort from the defensive scheme put out there by Thibodeau. Do you think that the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to get a game in this series? Because if they continue to play all the way through Donovan Mitchell and continue to rely on what he's able to do, I think the Knicks are going to be able to win this series by committee. But your thoughts, Ron? Go ahead.
Yeah, I think the Knicks will win the series more than likely. I think Donovan Mitchell will probably get a game in. I mean, Cleveland's a good team. The Knicks they clamped it down yesterday. They buckled down. Thibodeau knows his job's on the line. Knows he has to win. And the Knicks are they're going crazy. They want to win. They're hungry. They're sniffing it. New York's hungry right now.
Right. They were definitely a dog that was barking. And again, being brought to you by Fubo TV. Go over to FuboTV.com/JB. Also want to give a shout out to my folks over at Quickly.com. These are the guys hooking you up with all of the Indian food, all of your roti, all of your masala, whatever you need. They can ship it right to your door. Even got a mango lassi mix. That's some really good stuff. So, again, JB the Ticket hooking you up. Go to my website, VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Now we're going to be rounding out the recap from yesterday. Another big game that was on the line, the Battle of the Bay Area. And you were right on the money. Again, Ron, third down, best bets. Follow him on Instagram at RaiderHawk1. You gave us pick out rotation number 508. The Sacramento Kings were able to get it done at home versus the Golden State Warriors. Rotation number 507. Sacramento taking that down 126 to 123. Golden State lost that one. So, again, Sacramento Kings, very, very strong basketball team coming out of this Western Conference. Not a lot of people are talking about them. But what they were able to do yesterday, again, it was a pick-em. They did keep it close, but able to cover that spread and win the game at home. To see Sacramento win a playoff game, and it hasn't been since 2006 that they've been in the playoffs. Must have been a great day up in Belltown in Sacramento. Do you think Sacramento is going to continue to be a strong team, Ron? And then we'll take this short commercial break. Go ahead.
I do. The Kings are for real. They're a good team. They're quietly built. The draft picks are starting to develop, and they're starting to click too. So it's going to be a great series.
Definitely going to be a great series, and you guys are going to want to stay tuned here, right here at KSHP AM 1400, JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express, VSX Digital Sports Network. Want to come back more with my main man, Ron, third down, best bets. Going to be talking today's NBA action, giving you the picks that you can click and put grease and cash in your pocket. So, again, stay tuned. Keep it locked. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Get the money.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that grease.
Vegas Scoreboard Express, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 6 on AM 1400 KSHP North Las Vegas. Online at KSHP.com.
Basketball season is heating up, so stay in the game with Fubo TV. Get the NBA, NCAA, FIBA, and more. Get 7 days free at VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Don't get cabled. Get Fubo TV.
Keep it locked with your boy on the ones and twos. Going in on the wheels of steel.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball. That's the truth.
This is it. The cocaine and the crack. They all sound the same to me. There's a war going on outside. No man is safe from.
That's how I'm living. That's how we do it. That's just the way it is. That's the reason why I came to you. Drink and women and money.
JB the Ticket back at you live, waking you up early in the morning. KSHP AM 1400 here in Las Vegas. VegasScoreboardExpress.com. You can follow the show on all your major podcast apps. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, SoundCloud. You know what time it is. Time for you to lock in and subscribe to JB the Ticket and Vegas Scoreboard Express. We're putting cash in your pocket. Got my main man Ron, third down, best bets, back on the line with me. Follow him on Instagram at RaiderHawk1, giving you the NBA playoff grease today. So, again, let's go ahead and get into it, Ron. Talking about the big matchup, your L.A. Lakers heading out to Memphis. Rotation number 515 are going to be playing the Memphis Grizzlies today in their first-round game. You got the Lakers on the road, +4. Talking about that money line, again, this is an afternoon game, 3 p.m., 145 for the Lakers total, 227.5 Memphis Grizzlies. Rotation number 516, -4, -165. Decent price on the money line. But, you know, they've had some problems with Ja Morant during this season. Don't know how focused they are to be successful. So, Ron, tell me what you think is going to happen in this L.A. matchup. Again, you got LeBron James back in the playoff for the gazillionth time. Keeping the Lakers relevant. You talk about Gingerbread Man. Anthony Davis been playing lights out over the last couple of weeks. The Lakers' record, very, very respectable, getting into the playoffs at 44-39, but they're going up against a Memphis Grizzlies team who won 51 games. Again, talk about that, even with the Ja Morant problem. So very, very tough against the spread. Lakers right now a little bit under 500 at 40-41, and the Memphis Grizzlies also under 500 against the spread at 37-43. So I think this is going to be a money line play, and I'm liking what I see with the Los Angeles Lakers. I think they can sneak a road win out today. But again, Ron, your thoughts. Go ahead.
I couldn't agree more, sir. I think the Lakers are going to go in there and sneak a road win right out of there. Lakers are playing really good right now. They're really on it right now. Memphis, let's see what they got. Let's see how they get going here, because they were up and down all season. They weren't very consistent. They were good, but they had some periods where they were not really competitive, you know, with all the drama off the court. And so let's see what's going on here. The Lakers are ready. They're firing on all cylinders, so I'm going with the Lakers.
Right, Anthony Davis in that playoff win for the 7th-seeded Lakers, beating the Minnesota Timberwolves this past Tuesday. AD, 24 points, 15 boards, playing at all-star level. Had LeBron James dropping in 30 and 10. So, again, this is a strong 1-2 matchup. I think if they focus their defensive efforts on Ja Morant, they can easily pick up that plus 145 for you on the money line. Moving down to another West Coast matchup, the L.A. Clippers. This game coming on at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. West Coast Time. 517 Clippers plus 7.5 at the Phoenix Suns. Rotation number 518. Now, the Phoenix Suns, again, have been playing great basketball. Picked up Kevin Durant, first playoff game, minus 300. You guys know I don't like those expensive prices with the Phoenix Suns. Now, the Clippers were able to go out to the Phoenix Suns about 2-3 weeks ago on the road and pick up a back-to-back win, and that was a road game. They played at home that weekend, won that game, and then went out to Phoenix and was also able to win that. Clippers right now, plus 250. Do you think the Clippers can sneak a win on the road? Again, over and under, plus 225.5. I don't really like the total in this game because the scoring could be somewhat inconsistent, but I like the Clippers on the road, plus 7.5. Why is the line so big for the L.A. Clippers? Is it because they've continued throughout the season, or is it just because you think that DeAndre Ayton, Kevin Durant, also Devin Booker, that big three is going to be able to neutralize whatever Kawhi Leonard and these guys are going to try to do? Go ahead.
Yeah, I remember that game. I did miss that second game with Phoenix and the Clippers. The Clippers went in there and beat them pretty good. I remember that. Phoenix, I think I'm going with Phoenix to start off. I think Phoenix is going to take this game. I think it's going to be tight. I don't think they're going to cover the spread. That's a big spread.
Yeah, 7.5 for Phoenix. I do like the L.A. Clippers in that spread. Again, talking about rotation number 517, the Los Angeles Clippers, plus 7.5. I think that's a pretty good play for this particular game. And again, Kevin Durant, he's only played 8 games with the Phoenix Suns, you know, and he's had some injuries. So for him to come back in the playoffs, new conference, new team, doesn't have a lot of chemistry with these guys. And these teams split the 4 regular season meetings. So it's going to be a good matchup. I think the Clippers are the best play on that with the points. Moving right down the line today. Again, giving you the grease, being brought to you by Fubo TV. You got to get Fubo TV, guys. I'm telling you, every single playoff game is on Fubo TV. Got the NFL market coming up. You guys are going to want to be able to stay tuned for the draft. It's April 27th. But most importantly, this NBA playoffs is where the money is. Got my main man, Ron, third down, best bets. Dropping grease. Follow him on Instagram at RaiderHawk1. Another one of these play-in teams that snuck in, the Miami Heat, rotation number 5-1-1, going up to Milwaukee, rotation number 5-1-2. Miami plus 9.5 on the spread. You're talking about this Milwaukee Bucks team, minus 9.5, minus 450 on the money line. You know I don't like those expensive money lines, a little bit too expensive for me. But the Miami Heat haven't been playing that well. I think they're getting really lucky in some of the seeding. Again, that Eastern Conference still a little bit soft, that Atlantic Division, but they were able to sneak into the playoffs. 9.5 on the road. Can the Miami Heat get anywhere close to that spread? Because I'm telling you right now, at plus 340, I don't know if I want to take the Heat on the road today versus a Milwaukee Bucks team and Giannis who's clicking on all cylinders. But go ahead, Ron.
Yeah, I don't think the Heat's going to be a good bet today, personally. It's not looking good. I don't like the setup there. I don't like the way that's looking.
Very, very tough matchup. Now, again, Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's been playing MVP finalist. I don't think he won it just yet. We still got Joel Embiid with a lot of pull for what he was able to do in Philadelphia. Again, that's the early game that you guys were able to watch yesterday. But this is a game where the Heat, it's like, look, win or go home. And if they got Jimmy Butler, scored 31, some guy named Max Strus, I just don't see the firepower for Miami, okay? Jimmy Butler and a motley crew of guys, like I said, it's just not a recipe for cash to get put in your pocket. And again, you guys in Miami might be a little bit mad at me. Plus 9.5, that's a little expensive for the Miami Heat. So again, this is a game I'm going to watch. Going to be a snoozer, 5:30 p.m. today. Again, you guys check this out on Fubo TV. I think the Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis still looking to get more MVP votes. I think he's going to really step into his own today, control the paint. He may even be running the floor. Look for Giannis to drop maybe 30 today. I think it's going to be an opportunity for him to do some serious work. Rounding it out today, my main man, Ron, third down best. Thank you so much for stopping by the big board. The Minnesota Timberwolves, another team that snuck into the playoffs. Rotation number 5-1-3, going out to Denver. Nikola Jokic, this guy is another one of these MVP candidates. It's going to be trying to pad his stats and get the committee to give him what he wants, that MVP trophy. But he's got the Minnesota Timberwolves and Karl Anthony Towns standing in his way. Plus 7.5, Denver minus 7.5. Again, rotation number 5-1-3, the Minnesota Timberwolves on the road at the Denver Nuggets. Rotation number 5-1-4. Now, the Denver Nuggets are the number one seed for the first time since joining the NBA from the old ABA. So that's pretty good. And these guys are looking for some more magic, trying to get that championship out in Denver, but they just can't seem to mine the gold for it. And they've got to go through Minnesota, who is a young team that's hungry. And a lot of guys are playing in contract years. They just picked up Rudy Gobert, who for whatever reason doesn't seem to be getting along with his teammates. So that could be a little bit of a stressor. We know I like Rudy Gobert as the rebound goblin, but over the last couple of weeks, he just hasn't been clicking with guys, been trying to fight some guys. You know I don't like to see that. Do you think that Jamal Murray, still dealing with that thumb injury on his shooting hand, can help these guys cover that spread? Because if the Timberwolves can get it together and work with the team and not fight each other and have these internal problems, I think that spread may be a little bit big for the Denver Nuggets. You're talking about 7.5 at home. You know, their main shooting guard has got that thumb injury. What do you think, Ron? Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree. That's a pretty big spread. Denver's going to win the game. And I think they'll cover the spread. It's going to be tough, but I think they'll cover the spread.
Ron's telling you, take the Denver Nuggets. Again, Ron, thank you so much this morning for stopping by. Any shout-outs before we get out of here? Don't let the Munchkins grab the mic from you. Go ahead.
Yeah, my main man, Darrell Lackey over at Tree Factory here at Port White, India.
There you go. Thank you so much, Darrell, for listening to the show. And again, you guys can follow Ron on Instagram at RaiderHawk1. He's going to be back dropping more NBA grease for you next weekend. So again, the picks today, like those Milwaukee Bucks, if you got to take them, you take them in the points. They should be able to get that for you. Denver Nuggets, Ron likes them in the points. Both of our pick. We like the LA Lakers. This is our pick of the day. Rotation number 5-1-5, the LA Lakers. Plus 4 on the spread if you like them. Plus 145 if you're not scared on the money line. We think they're going to be able to get that first road win against the Memphis Grizzlies. And then another play that we like, the LA Clippers, plus 7.5 on the road. Rotation number 5-1-7, LA Clippers. +7 at the Phoenix Suns. Rotation number 518. Should be able to put some cash in your pocket if you take him in the point. So again, coming back from this short commercial break, going to have my main man Scotty beam him up Webb from the East Coast Sports Investors and MLBDaily.com, giving you baseball picks because we're doing all sports, all money, no bull. Vegas Scoreboard Express, your main man JB the Ticket, AM 1400 KSHP. Keep it locked. Grab your bankroll. Hit the window. Get up early and let's get that bread.
You're listening to the boss of the big four, JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that grease.
Vegas Scoreboard Express, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 6 on AM 1400 KSHP North Las Vegas. Online at KSHP.com.
Locally owned and operated, come on down to Academy of Hair Design located at 5191 West Charleston Boulevard, number 150, today to begin your career in cosmetology. There is something for everyone from cosmetology to nail technology. You will be able to have the hands-on training that is needed to succeed in this career field. Call 702-878-1185 or visit www.ahdvegas.com today.
This football season, stay in the game with Fubo TV. Over 100 live channels, including NFL Network, NBA TV, and FS1. Don't miss any of the action. Get 7 days free on us at VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Don't get cabled. Get Fubo TV.
The London Bridge Resort in Lake Havasu is the perfect place to vacation in style. Their beautifully designed suites include stunning views, a kitchenette, and free Wi-Fi. The well-reviewed and affordable resort has tons of amenities, including a breakfast buffet, kids camp, a 9-hole golf course, 3 pools, a marina, boat tours, a water slide, and a great nightlife scene. London Bridge Resort is centrally located in Lake Havasu City, Arizona. Go to londonbridgeresort.com to plan your getaway today. London Bridge Resort, your Arizona oasis destination.
You're tuned into the VSX Digital Sports Network.
You heard it here first. Another exclusive track. Right now. The DJ keeping the party going. The DJ keeping the party going all night long.
You're listening to the boss of the big four.
JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. Back at you live, AM 1400 KSHP. You guys are going to want to stay locked in with us all spring and summer. Going to be giving you the sports betting picks that you need, sports information that you can count on. Again, I'm your host and boss for the big board, JB the Ticket. You can follow me on Instagram at JB the Ticket. Follow the show on Twitter at We Beat the Line. Without further ado, we're getting into this baseball with my main man Scotty. Beam him up Webb from the East Coast Sports Investor. Scotty, welcome back to the show. Glad to have you back on. How you doing this morning, brother?
Man, I am doing great. It's Sunday, it's baseball, and boy, what a great couple of weeks we've had so far.
It has been a great couple of weeks in baseball, and you guys be sure to catch all these games on Fubo TV. Go to FuboTV.com/JB, 15% off, 7 days free. So let's jump right into it, Scotty. Again, this is a big Sunday. Got NBA playoffs, got Major League Baseball, quite a few games on the line in Major League Baseball. A couple of games I was taking a look at to see exactly where the money could be found, and I'm thinking if I listen to Scotty Beam him up Webb, as you guys should be doing every Saturday and Sunday morning here at KSHP, mainly Sunday mornings, he's going to give you the grease. So again, check him out on Twitter, Webby20MLB, Instagram Webby20MLB, and his website, MLB-daily.com. So let's jump right into it, man. Got the first game on the line, rotation number 901, the Arizona Diamondbacks, +1.5 on the run line, +115 on the money line. They got Zach Gallen, right-hand pitcher, going up against the Miami Marlins. These guys are still having trouble. They got Sandy Alcantara on the mound, -1.5, -125. Why are the Marlins so early in the season getting a favorite against this Arizona Diamondbacks team? I'm not understanding what's going on with it, but go ahead, Scotty. Let's talk about it.
you got to remember Alcantara, however you want to say it. He was the National League Cy Young last year, so he was the best pitcher in the National League. And, Arizona has been struggling here lately. They play pretty good at home. Miami's on a 4-game win streak, too. So in this particular matchup, I like Miami in this game because it's not very often that you get Alcantara off of a bad start. And he was really bad the last time out. So I expect him to have a real nice bounce back. Zach Gallen has struggled up until his last start. So his first 2 starts weren't very good. His last one was really good. But I would expect him to sort of, regress back to his normal, which isn't bad. But when you put Alcantara in a spot where he's going to pitch really good, I don't think you're going to beat him very often. So I do like the idea that Miami's in a pretty good spot here. I don't mind them being a minus 126 favorite. My number was like 125, so I think it's pretty much right on. But I think there's value in Alcantara there today.
All right, talking about this rotation number 901, the Arizona Diamondbacks out in Miami. Rotation number 902. Scotty Beeman Webb telling you take rotation number 902. Let's talk about your Tampa Bay Rays, one of the better teams, if not the best team in baseball right now at 13-2. 3-2 on the road. Those only 2 losses came on the road. 12-3 on the run line. These guys are clicking on all cylinders. Got Shane McClanahan, left-hand pitcher, going up against Alex Manoah. Rotation number 915, the Tampa Bay Rays in Toronto today. Got a good road record at rotation number 916. Toronto plus 115. You got the Rays minus 135. It seems like an open run line on this game. Talk to me about what you think is going to happen with the Tampa Bay Rays. You know they've got their only 2 losses on the road. Do you think they're able to clean that up today? Go ahead.
Well, their only 2 losses has come in the last 2 games. I mean, they started 13-0. They got beat by Toronto yesterday, and they got beat the other day when the streak ended. So typically what happens when teams go on a long streak like that and they win 10 games, 9 games, 8, 10, 11, 12 games, and it's one of these games at the beginning of the season, a lot of times you have a natural letdown the second game. So what that means is okay, they were really fighting hard to keep the streak going. The streak ends. The next day, they're kind of like, okay, now I can relax. Maybe they even rest a couple players or do whatever. So there's a natural letdown. So it didn't surprise me that they lost 2. As a matter of fact, I was on Toronto yesterday. However, today, Manoah's pitching for Toronto, and Manoah's having some problems. I don't know what his issue is right now. I haven't quite figured out what his deal is, but he's not the ace that you need to have to beat McClanahan. McClanahan's a guy that goes out and throws pretty close to 100 miles an hour as left-handed pitcher. He's really got good stuff. And of all the pitchers today, in terms of what stuff they have and kind of how they rank out, Patrick Corbin is the worst. Manoah is the second worst of all these pitchers. So I kind of like the idea that Tampa Bay's in a pretty good spot. Now, you got to figure out how to play them. I think they're in a spot where, if they're minus like 135 and, my number is like minus 125. So I think they're a little bit overpriced. Now, having said that, maybe you figure out how, maybe a run line play with them, hoping Manoah stays bad and, the Rays can kind of win score a couple extra runs.
I think so, man. The run line on that's pretty good at plus 125. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say the other issue is that Toronto used up their bullpen yesterday, so their best pitchers in the bullpen won't pitch today. So I kind of like the idea that, Tampa Bay's got a better bullpen going into the game. They got a better pitcher going into the game, and they can hit Manoah. So, maybe a run line play is pretty good here.
Talking to Scotty Beeman up Webb. Follow him on Twitter at Webby20MLB and Instagram at Webby20LB, telling you to take the Tampa Bay Rays on the run line. Taking a look at another one of the baseball games today that I happen to think is some value. Again, teams around that 500, some value there. The L.A. Angels, 7-7. What is going on, man? You guys got Mike Trout. You got Showtime Ohtani. They're not winning. Got a terrible run line record, too. Under 500 at 5-9. They're heading up to the Boston Red Sox, another team under 500 at 7-8. 7-8 on the run line, 3-5 at home. Teams aren't looking that great, man. Rotation number 912, the Boston Red Sox today. This is a game where the LA Angels at -105 should be able to play and win. You got Reed Detmers coming out, left-hand pitcher. He hadn't had a really startup season as of yet. I think this is like his first start. And then he's going against Garrett Whitlock over in Boston. So what do you think is going to happen today with the LA Angels, who right now we've saw their 2 stars in the World Baseball Classic, but those wins are just not opening up for them. I know they got to pick up later on in the season, but at 7-7 so early, what do you think is going to happen on the line today? Go ahead, Scotty.
Well, how about this? The Angels yesterday against the Red Sox, in the very first inning, hit a grand slam home run, go ahead 4-0, and they can't win the game. So what you're running into with the Angels is that they got to beat teams with their offense, and they scored 8 runs yesterday and couldn't win the game. So I think part of their problem is they can hit, they can play with anybody. When Ohtani pitches, he's their ace, and when he pitches, they're probably going to win almost all the time that he pitches. Now, having said that, today's game, Detmers is a better pitcher than Whitlock. Now, Whitlock is pretty good. My buddy Jeff, he always likes to tell me Whitlock should be in the bullpen, and he'd be a great bullpen piece. But, where you run into the problem is the Angels have a very, very poor bullpen. So anytime you want to bet on the Angels, make sure you're only betting them in the first 5 innings, because you could lose in the back half. They actually were ahead in that game yesterday, and this is the first time I've ever had this happen. And I've bet 1,000 baseball games, whether it's been KBO or WBC or Major League Baseball. I bet 1,000 of them. And I will tell you that I've never lost a game like I did yesterday. I was on the Angels yesterday, and in the 8th inning, they gave up a base hit. The first guy gets on base, but the next guy gets up, and it's catcher's interference. So that counts as almost like a walk. So they put the guy on automatically. So what happened was that the batter swings, and the catcher tries to catch the ball, and the batter's bat hits the catcher's mitt. So that's why they call it catcher's interference. So then they got guys on first and second. Then they get an out. And then the next guy gets up, and he has catcher's interference too. So now they got bases loaded, and they only got one guy that's got to hit the ball. So then the Red Sox, got a base hit, scored a couple runs, and the game was over. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I lost the game because we had catcher's interference twice in 1 inning. It's unbelievable, JB.
Rule changes in Major League Baseball. Taking a listen to my main man, Scotty. Beam him up, Webb. Follow him on Instagram at Webby20MLB. Follow him on Twitter at Webby20MLB. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, the rule changes, like I was telling you last week when I kept getting all these guys in the batter's box getting called out on time. And I'm like, wait a minute, there's a shot clock now? Oh, my goodness. Again, moving along into another team. A lot of teams right now in baseball are under 500, but another team that has been really clicking, the Atlanta Braves, just lost my feed on the internet. Come on, guys. Let's talk about this Atlanta Braves team, man. These guys are, I think they were like 11-7. But, I pull that back up, Scotty. Yeah, I got it right here. Pull it back up. Here we go. Atlanta Braves, rotation number 925, going up against the Kansas City Royals, rotation number 926. Now, the Braves at 11-4, 7-1 on the road. I like that from a betting perspective. Kansas City, 4-11, 1-8 at home. What is going on out in Barbecue Town? These guys are terrible. Go ahead, Scotty.
Yeah, I would tell you that, in my opinion, the Atlanta Braves are the best team in baseball. I think that they are the cream of the crop. They got young players, they got star players, and they got good pitching. The Kansas City Royals are a team that's trying to put things back together, and they really don't have good pitching, and they really don't have good hitting. So you sit there and you look at it and you go, okay, well, no wonder they're losing all these games. So in this particular matchup, you have Kyle Wright on the mound for Atlanta, and Kyle Wright's making his second start. He got a late start to the season because he had some shoulder trouble on the off season, and they were kind of just babying him in. His first start, he only threw 3 innings, so I don't imagine he's going to go more than 5 in this one. And he's facing Zach Greinke, and Zach Greinke's been around 20 years in the major leagues, and he's just one of these veteran-type guys. So I think, he's not got quality stuff anymore. He just puts it where you need to put it. I mean, he's one of those guys, JB, that throws about 88 to 85 miles an hour. He very seldom even hits 90. So Kyle Wright last year won 21 games for the Atlanta Braves. So in a lot of ways, this is a mismatch. But, it's a veteran pitcher against kind of a younger guy, and the Braves have been really hot. They've already beat him twice. I would expect the Braves to beat him again, but if you want to play this game, you would need to really play it on the run line and have Kyle Wright pitch pretty well, and I think you can probably get a pretty good number on the run line here.
Exactly. Kyle is one of the better pitchers. I do like what I see, again, with the Atlanta Braves. I think they are a really good team that you could look at possibly going to the World Series on a futures ticket. So moving down the line again, talking about another team that a lot of people have their eyes on. They're at home today. Rotation number 908, the L.A. Dodgers. 8-7, 5-3 at home, going up against the Chicago Cubs at 7-8. 2-2 on the road, 8-5 on the run line for the Chicago Cubs. The Dodgers, man, they seem to just kind of be floating around that 500 again. What do you see coming out of L.A. today? Do you think at minus 245, that is a huge money line? I'm not a big fan of huge money lines for teams that don't have strong records. What's going on? Do you think the Chicago Cubs could possibly sneak out a win today? Go ahead.
I don't think so. I don't think you want to play 245 either. So I'm betting this game, but I'm going to bet it in a little different way. I think Urias is one of those pitchers. Julio Urias is pitching for the Dodgers. He's one of the most underrated aces that there are. He's a very, very good pitcher. He's highly ranked in data statistics, and he's going to face Smiley today. And Smiley's another one of those guys that's been around a long time, throws the ball, can't break a pane of glass, and is really, really going to be a guy that he needs to put the ball where he needs to, or he's going to get crushed. And the Dodgers can hit. So I played this game, JB, in a different way. So I looked at it as in the first 5 innings, I want to capitalize on the Smiley on the mound. He's probably not going to pitch more than 5 innings. So I played that the Dodgers are going to score more than 2.5 runs. And if they do that, I'm going to win this bet. But it's only minus 135. So I played team total, Los Angeles Dodgers, over 2.5 runs at minus 135. That was my wager today.
Talking about it, Major League Baseball, my main man, Scotty, beam him up, Webb. Thank you so much for stopping by the big board today. Any other picks that you got on the line for all of my folks again listening? You guys can follow Scotty on Twitter at Webby20MLB. Follow his website at MLBdaily.com. That's MLB-daily.com. So, Scotty, again, thank you so much for stopping by. Any other picks you think these guys should be taking a look at out there? Go ahead.
Well, I kind of like the Cleveland Guardians on the run line today. Shane Bieber's on the mound. He's one of the best pitchers in baseball. And they're facing Patrick Corbin. And, whenever time he pitches, I always, hey, it's happy Patrick Corbin day. He's terrible. So it's minus 138. I like that one. And I like the team total in the first 5 innings for the Phillies to go over 2.5 against Luis Cessa as well.
Scotty, beam him up, Webb. East Coast Sports Investors, thank you guys so much. Want to give a shout-out to Jeff Dawson. All that he's doing, he's got that, still doing the breakfast bankroll, doing a lot of stuff with Sports Grid out there in Boston, Massachusetts. Again, congratulations for you guys getting legalized sports betting. Very, very important. Scotty, any final shout-outs before I let you go? Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to say one thing. I've been talking with John Merges, and he and I are going to probably make some announcements within the next couple of months here. Some big things coming, so just stay tuned, and big things on the way.
You guys know what time it is. Scotty, beam him up, Webb. Big things are on the way. More money on the way. KSHP, JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. Want to come back finishing out the show with my main man from Sports PSP, Parnell St. True. Follow him on Instagram at Sports PSP. Going to be talking a little bit more NBA playoffs with you. So you guys keep it locked here. AM 1400 KSHP. JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. Get the money.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that grease.
Basketball season is heating up, so stay in the game with Fubo TV. Get the NBA, NCAA, FIBA, and more. Get 7 days free at VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Don't get cabled. Get Fubo TV.
Hungry for the best barbecue in Las Vegas? Come out to the infamous barbecue and meat market, John Mole's Meats and Roadkill Grill in Las Vegas. John Mole's was featured on the Food Network's Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. Now take home delicious meat selections for your grill, and while you're there, grab a bite of the best barbecue in Las Vegas. With 2 locations now at Tom & Gowan or on North Decatur, you're sure to find the perfect meats for your next barbecue or party. Find us online at johnmolemeats.com.
Yo, you in the mix. World's finest, man.
And I had to come to him.
The DJ keeping the party going. The DJ keeping the party going all night long. You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that.
JB the Ticket back at you live. AM 1400 KSHP. Vegas Scoreboard Express. You know what time it is. Time to wake up early in the morning. Grab your bankroll and beat the line every Saturday and Sunday here on KSHP. VSX Digital Sports Networks. 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Giving you the grease. Right now I got my main man, Parnell St. True from Sports PSP back on the line with me, talking some more NBA playoffs for you. Parnell, how you doing this morning, my man?
Good, man. How you doing?
Glad to have you back with us again, waking you up early in the morning on the East Coast. You guys can follow him on Instagram at Sports PSP. YouTube channel is growing every day, and we're proud to have him here on VSX Digital Sports Network to talk a little bit more of this NBA playoffs. Again, you guys can watch these games on Fubo TV. Go to FuboTV.com/JB, and we're going to be giving you the grease. So I got a little bit of background music for you, Parnell. I like that name, man. Sounds like a pimp, a.k.a. Parnell Stacks St. True. Let's make sure that you don't leave the gas in the garbage truck sitting outside so they don't whack you. But anyway, let's get into these picks, man. We saw you talking about it yesterday on your page. Rotation number 515, the LA Lakers at the Memphis Grizzlies. Rotation number 516, Memphis Grizzlies without Steven Adams, without their big men in the middle. Got to go against LeBron James and the gingerbread man, Anthony Davis. Do you think the Lakers are going to be able to pull off that +4, +145 money line today? Go ahead.
Lakers should win this series by at least 6 or 7. I just think they're the more experienced team. They're the better team. I just think that the Grizzlies, for a team that hasn't won a championship, they do an awful lot of trash talking young. So I think that the Lakers should be able to win this series, especially with the adjustments they've made post-trade deadline.
I like it. Again, you got my main man, Parnell St. True. Follow him on Instagram at SportsPSP. Yeah, that's my pick of the day, man. I do like the LA Lakers in that play. Should be able to put some cash in your pocket. Moving right along to another play today that we've had. Again, you guys can follow these games on BetUS.com. Use offer code VSX125. Going to be putting more cash in your pocket, plus 125% on your deposit. So that's going to be able to help you out, get you where you want to be. Talking about the LA Clippers, another West Coast game going on today in the Western Conference. Rotation number 517, the Clippers on the road at Phoenix. Rotation number 518, Phoenix are the favorite at home at 7.5 points. Now, I'm looking at this and I'm saying, you've got Kevin Durant. He's barely started playing ball with the team maybe 7-8 games ago. Had some injuries. Big spread for Phoenix. And you got the Clippers coming to town with Kawhi Leonard clicking on all cylinders. Plus 7.5, plus 250 on the money line. Do you think the Clippers can keep it close and lose, or do you think they're going to take that plus 250 today? Go ahead.
I actually got the Suns winning the series in 7. I think Paul George, we don't know when he's going to come back. Westbrook is going to have to go off. The Suns, to me, if KD is close to healthy as possible with CP3 and Devin Booker and Phoenix, they got a lot on the line. I think that Phoenix will barely squeeze the series. I got Phoenix winning in 7.
Got Phoenix Suns winning in 7. He's telling you take him today. Rotation number 518, Parnell St. True. Rounding it out for you, man. Let's talk a little bit about those Miami Heat. We know you were mentioning them yesterday on your show, and then I'll let you get out of here again. My main man, Parnell St. True. Follow him at Sports PSP, YouTube and Instagram. Rotation number 511, the Miami Heat on the road at Giannis and the Bucks. Rotation number 512, Giannis at home, -9.5 is the spread. These guys are the favorites. You think Miami can get inside of that? Maybe take the money line?
I got Bucks winning the series in 6. I just think that Miami will make it competitive given who they are. But I just think in the end, Giannis with Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday and other guys, I just think it's going to be enough to beat Miami. So I got Milwaukee in 6.
There you go. My main man, Parnell St. True. Thank you so much for stopping by the big board. Any shout-outs before I let you get out of here, my friend?
Oh, yes, folks. Catch me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Sports PSP. Just support the content.
You guys know what time it is. My main man, Parnell St. True. When I come back from this short commercial break, going to be getting out of here with you guys again. Stay tuned. Lock it in. KSHP AM 1400. JB the Ticket on Instagram. We Beat the Line on Twitter. Going to come back and close out the show with you. Time to grab your bankroll. Hit the window, people. Let's beat the line. Get some money in your pocket. NBA playoffs, Major League Baseball. Ton of ways to put some cash in your pocket on the line today. I'll be right back with you. Stay tuned. Now let's finish out and get that money.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that grease.
Big Dogs Brewing Company, open 24/7, is an award-winning brewery, a full-service catering business, and a fun, smoke-free brew pub restaurant with a full-service bar, including over 35 craft beers on tap, 35 multi-denomination slot machines, the best gaming promotion, and a lively, dog-friendly outdoor patio. Big Dogs Brewing Company, 4543 North Rancho at Gray. Find out more at BigDogsBrews.com.
JB the Ticket back on here live, KSHP, every Saturday and Sunday morning. You guys know what time it is. Check in with me. See you next week. Grab your bankroll this weekend. Let's get the money.
You're listening to the boss of the big